Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I want to share with you the first marathon that I've ever featured on the channel. This is the JSAR, or the Jumbo Search and Rescue. This was lent in by my friend Tony, who has sent some really cool watches in for me to try out in the past. So big shout out to Tony out there in Florida for sending in this really cool, chunky, serious beater watch, I guess is the best term that I can come up with. So those of you unfamiliar with Marathon, they make some pretty serious watches, and this one is their large entry. This is coming in at 46.6 millimeters in diameter, 55 lug to lug, 16 in height. Just check out how tall that bezel is and how beefy these lugs are that have the drilled holes right there. This is some very serious watch. You've got a thick sapphire crystal and a very deep depth down to the dial. I actually think this is pretty awesome. And I have my Orient saturation diver here just to show you guys the two side by side. These are very intense watches, both of them. And I think size-wise compare pretty well, although the Marathon will wear a little bit larger due to the huge knurled crown at the 3 o'clock position as opposed to the 4 o'clock on the Orient. But both of them are really enjoyable watches to wear and to use. This one is using an ETA F06 high torque quartz movement. It's actually a pretty sweet movement. It's got 3 jewels. It's the jumbo variation. We have the date over there at between the 4 and the 5 o'clock positions, and it's just a really beefy movement that you can thrash, you can knock it about. You're not going to have to worry about it. This one has applied markers which are filled with the Mariglow paint application, which I've never experienced in person before, but it actually glows really well, and on a full charge it will last for 8 hours, which I find very, very impressive. I like the military dial, the 1 to 12 Arabic markers, and then your 13 to 24 subset of that. This is an ISO rated diver, so you have 300 meters of water resistance. They do test it to even more depths when they're doing the certification, they're testing. And let me show you the bezel action. It's actually got really awesome action. There's no play. There's a nice feel to the bezel, and again, those massive teeth just make it really easy to operate. And I'm sure even if I was wearing like gloves or something, if I was out in the Arctic and it was really cold, I could operate the bezel without issues. So I think it's a really cool, impressive tool piece. It's going to be accurate with the timekeeping. It's not for everybody. I mean, it's a very big watch, and some watch enthusiasts can't get behind a nice quartz movement, and that's fine. But those of us that can appreciate these things, this is a pretty fun watch. And I know it's inspired Tony to get the smaller JSAR, which I am really intrigued with as well. I'd love to see one of those in person. Those have a nice upgraded ETA 2824 in it, and it's a smaller 41 millimeter size. But this big boy, the JSAR, the Jumbo Search and Rescue, is actually a pretty cool watch, and I've enjoyed spending some time with it. So I'm going to send this along to Random Rob for him to check out. Again, big thanks to Tony. This is really cool to see, and I've been impressed with Marathon, from their vanilla scented rubber straps, vulcanized rubber, down to that amazing bezel action, the big knurled crown. Oh, I forgot to show you the case back. Let me show you this. Kind of shows you the different certifications that it goes through. This is this is a fun piece. So yeah, not for everybody, but very cool, absolutely. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.